it doesn't matter whether you look to today's epistle reading or to today's gospel reading. Either one will show you the importance of hope. But let's, for our example today, take our gospel reading, where a man was paralyzed and his friends were so desperate to have him healed that they went up onto a roof. At those times, houses were rectangular prisms. There was a flat roof. And the roof was often made of pitch and tar and thatch. And they just took away part of the roof and let him down. You can imagine what the owner of the house was thinking. I know what I'd be thinking. But that was how desperate they were to have him healed, and how much they had confidence that Jesus would be able to heal them. When we think of hope, there's a few things that we think of. We think of things that will happen in the future, things that we hope for but aren't quite yet. There's a number of things that hope can be. When it comes to what we hope in, as Christians, our hope is in Christ. Let's just keep that there for a moment in the back of our minds as a prism for what else we're going to say. Elsewhere, when Paul writes to the Corinthians, he talks to them in a very famous passage. He talks to them about love. It's in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't remember wrongs, and so on and so forth. And at the end of this, at the end of what is such a common reading for some weddings, at the end of this, he says, and after it all, these three abide, faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. And when he talks about love, he's talking about self-sacrifice. In Greek, there's 4 different terms for love. There was the love for your friends, the love for your family, the love for your mates. And in this particular case, the love showed by one soldier who literally takes a bullet for another. Well, whatever the weapon was. But who would go in front of that for the other person. And that was showing love. And Christians took this concept, and it became our concept of love. When John in his epistle says, God is love, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love, he's using this same term, self-sacrifice. So this is what we mean by love. When we talk about faith, we talk about our beliefs. We sometimes may talk about the tenets of our faith, the parts of the creed. But hope is something distinct again. It's founded on our faith, and it's nothing without love. It's the wrapping that keeps it all together, I guess you could say, about love. But hope is something else. And we said earlier that we as Christians hope in Christ. And this is a very short form of what it is that we hope for, because we're not simply hoping in Messiah as a concept. Our hope is in all the things that Jesus has done for us. The things that we indeed commemorated today: the cross, the grave, the third day resurrection, the sitting at the right hand, the second and glorious coming again. All of the things that Christ has done for us, and indeed the things that he will do for us. What we hope in is the salvation that he has made possible. The salvation that he has worked, that he has done for us. And so this is what it is for a Christian to have hope. There's a lot of other things that people can hope in. We won't dwell too much on this. People can hope in money, that this will be the thing that helps them. People can hope in their abilities, their ability to progress, their ability to win whatever it is, whatever contest it is. And these will all fail, because there'll always be someone bigger, faster, stronger. There'll always be someone with more of whatever it is that you're hoping in. But for Christians to hope in Christ and heaven, the salvation that he gives, this gives us an anchor. It means that we don't have to concern ourselves with what others are doing. We're going to be affected, no doubt. But we have perspective. We have perspective in what this means for us. We have perspective that if we lose a business deal, a contract, whatever the case may be, if we lose that something, everything's still okay. Because we've put first things first. And so, dear brothers and sisters, when we look to the cause of our hope, when we look to what it is that should be our foundations, our bedrock, as well as being our goal and destination, let us turn to Christ, the author and the finisher of our faith, as being the anchor of our life and our hope for the future to come. Amen.